This is a video about S-curves, and specifically how to generate the data that you would use to construct an S-curve. There's a lot of content available on how to generate an S-curve chart. It's a fairly straightforward exercise, provided that you have the data to work with. And more often times than not, in a professional context, you are given the total spend amount, but not how that spend should be allocated across the entire life cycle of a project. So for instance, you may be told that a construction project or some other project is $50 million over X years, but how does that spend get allocated over that amount of time? That's what this video will focus on. And I'm going to show you a very fast method on how to generate an S-curve in Excel. I'm going to do a second video on how to generate an S-curve using a normal distribution method in Excel. But this is a fast and rapid approach to generating S-curve if you're short on time. Now, for those of you who are watching along and don't know what I'm talking about, well, an S-curve is what I'm showing here on screen. You can see how, assuming that a project is delivered over 47 or 48 months in this case, the spend starts off slowly, it ramps up slowly, then it accelerates in the middle of the project period, and then towards the end it flattens out again, giving a vague likeness of an S. That's because, take for instance a construction project, the bulk of your costs will be incurred in the middle of that project. At the beginning, you have things like investigative analysis, engineering reports, etc. And then at the end, you have some kind of quality assurance, commissioning, etc. But the real spade in the sand and physical construction and steep costs are incurred in the middle periods of the project. So how do we do it? Well, I've made some assumptions here, assuming that a project is 48 months long or 4 years long. The total cost of the project, in this case, I'm assuming it's a construction project, is $26.5 million. And the start date is the 1st of March, 2024. And that's all you really need to know to construct an S-curve. Now, in a actual real life setting, you may be given the S-curve data by engineers. That's great. You may be given the S-curve data by quantity surveyors or some other professional who understands the allocation of the spend and what it should be and what budget the project should be held accountable to. Early in a project, that is not always the case. Early in the project, you're given a very high level, maybe even a back of the envelope number with very little understanding of how that number will be spent. So that's the kind of scenario that this focuses on. So here, assuming a start date of 1st of March 2024, I've just done a simple monthly split here out to 48 months, which is the number of months in the project. And to get the S-curve expenditure for each month over that 48-month period, I can plug in a reasonably straightforward formula. So this is a period counter, so period 1 or month 1 divided by the total number of periods. Make sure I lock that reference. I'm going to raise that to the power of 2 minus 2 times raise that to the power of 3. Now I'm just going to close the I missed out a parenthesis here. Okay, so what this is saying is that this project will incur 0.13% of the spend of this amount in the first month. Now I can go out here and just make sure this is all making sense. As you can see, the costs will slowly accelerate. And to know that I've done this correctly, the last number I should have on month 48 is 100%. Okay, so that's great. Now I want to see exactly how much I'm spending per month. I'll lock that reference. Okay, and you'll see that, okay, if my total project is 26.5 million, then I should get to 26.5 by the end of the project period. And we have. So that's looking great. Now, I want to see this plotted on an S-curve finally. So I'll go out here. And I'll just chart this on a line chart, and there you have it. You can see exactly how that cost is spread over the course of the project. Let me just move that down here, move it across. Okay, and you can add your legend and title to the chart as you see fit. Now, this is quite flexible. I mean, if we suddenly were told that this was now ahead of schedule, so maybe we're say 35 months, we would need to then adjust our lines here. You can see that 26.5 is now the total 100% is the total at period 35. And the S-curve has been adjusted accordingly. You'd have to update the chart to reflect the reduced the reduced lifespan of the project. And then you can see that's an adjusted S-curve. Now, like I said, this is an easy way and a very fast way to generate an S-curve if you've been given very little information about the project. What should happen in reality is you should be given exact estimates of each monthly spend by a professional, like I said, a technical professional. I'm going to do another video showing how to generate an S-curve using the normal distribution method in Excel. And that will allow you to then adjust the bendiness of the S-curve, or the slope of the S-curve. That is probably a better way to do it, and in terms of flexibility in adjusting your financial models. But for now, I'll leave this video here, something you can try when you've been given very early stage data on a project.